You're listening to 93.9 The Ville from the OPC Services Studio.
That's his game. They don't get back. Hayward's look at his steal. Here's the steal. 3 on 1. Alley-oop. Oh, my goodness. Marcus made it. And you certainly are in love with him here.
We saw everything. Of course, we're going to have to talk about what we got to talk about,
Right.
you know, and I don't even mean, and not even in a get it out of the way, because I do think that yesterday was a one of those you remember where you were days.
Yeah.
So yeah. No, we'll converse about that, and we'll get to a little bit of everything today. So it's a sports talk show. So that's what we do.
Brian Hall in the booth. Brian, what's going on, my man?
Nothing too much, interesting weekend. Was busy yesterday and really didn't get to watch the news a whole lot. And then obviously the news broke about midday. And I tuned in for most of the rest of the day. It was one of those things that, not to bring up the somber part right away, but it reminded me a lot of the Dale Earnhardt Sr. When he passed away. Just a legend of a sport.
That's a pretty
passing
good.
away.
That's actually a really good comparison.
Yeah.
That's one that I kind of looked over a little bit yesterday when kind of going back. That's a good comparison too, though.
Yeah.
Mom's Hall at the
Yeah,
game.
I heard that.
We got stuck right in line. I said stuck. We cut right in line, right by.
Yep.
Your brother checked Steve, and Steve was scared.
I was like, oh man.
Steve looked at your brother like he was security.
I know. I was like, oh no.
No,
No,
I got
yeah.
the story yesterday. Mom called me, and she's like, you won't believe it. I ran into Marcus and Steve again. We walked into the game together. And
Yeah.
she gave me the whole story.
It was perfect, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. So I got to have my apologies to her. She was like, look, I'm so sorry for last time.
Yeah, she said, don't worry about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Out of the 18 minutes we were in line together, he apologized for 8 of them.
I know.
At least.
I know.
She
So
said it was kind of chaos getting in, though.
that's that line, man. We waited it every
And
time.
we were just last second, late arriving crowd. Like I said, if you get there at a good general time, you get in there easy. But everybody just storms that same.
Oh, I
exit.
know. Yeah, everybody kind of that one spot, and then we're coming over right then. But people are generous to us, and we wait in line, but we do cut up to the door, and then I don't know, we're just weird.
But
don't
we
like to-
go. Like I said, people anybody in line from Al J's to the door, we're not going through the same place you're going. So we're going an opposite way. We just have to walk past that line to get to where we're going. So if anybody feels like we're cutting, we're not.
I know, and everybody actually is really good to us. They're like, y'all can go ahead and go, and we're like, yeah, we
It's not like they
could.
don't know who you guys are. Come on, guys.
I know. We're
Still
like,
feels
Give yourself
terrible.
more credit.
It feels terrible.
we're like,
though.
we could, but I don't know. I kind of, it gives me the game experience, like, because I do kind of feel like I'm just going to the game, and then so I'm like, no, this is good. This is good. So I it's work and play all at the same time.
Okay, like I said, I think it's best. Like I said, I wanted to do just probably a first short segment. Like I said,
sure.
give a chance to open up the phone lines. Like I said, normally, subjects that are like overcovered by the national media, I'll just leave it alone.
Kind of move on.
Yeah.
And that's why I said what I did today. Like we're not. This one isn't really like, okay, let's get this one out of the way type talk.
Yeah. I mean, this definitely not going to be Kobe show.
No,
like
or that either. Yeah.
Kobe. But I will say this, that's
love it.
gonna go down in history. So I'll say this, just if we're gonna just paint the picture of how I felt about it, people might kind of agree, might not, but I always share my perspective on things. And here's the thing. My father is a helicopter pilot.
Mm-hmm.
I've told the story about how my father would make me map out his flight patterns, and he would threaten me by saying, if they're wrong, I might not make it home at 8 years old.
Yeah.
Which was a horrible, horrible amount of pressure to put on a child.
Absolutely.
The reason I even tell this story is because my father always he appreciated it, and he put it into me being in a profession like that. Like I said, he was in Desert Storm, being in those things. He always imparted in me the fragility of life.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
The appreciation for a day. Like, I made it home from Desert Storm. Like, every day's a good day. I fly helicopters. He talks about the sigh of relief when you land a helicopter that's been, thousands of miles, and you get home and you get from underneath the blades of a helicopter. Like, he talked to, I was raised around this. So I was raised knowing one mistake and you're in trouble, So it wasn't as, it's always shocking, but it's always, known to me that can happen in the simplest of ways. That's why when you hear me, you say, oh man, we can hear your smile through the phone, or you can hear your smile through through the microphone and things like that. Like, that's how I consume it. So the news to me is just really, really, really sad. I mean, he and Kobe and I are a couple months apart, just like hitting the scene the same way. Like, he's a peer of mine. I've always saw him like that. Like I said, I love seeing our names pop up on record, tournaments and stuff like that. It's always, just a funny thing. But, like I said, it's just, there's not a lot to cover outside of, it's horrible. It's just horrible. It's just horrible, horrible news. It's a horrible, sudden, thing. Like, you would be overthinking it, trying to find an angle to discuss Kobe Bryant, at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is one of those discussions it'll be, to me, it'll be better consumed over the next 10 years rather than, the why and the how sad and how good and how comparison. It's like, to me, that's going to be a waste of, instead of taking the appreciation part of it, to me, I'm like, don't waste it on how sad it is. Because, we all know, just, it goes without saying.
Well, I think how sad it is speaks for itself. Like, I think the stories you hear and you talk to people, and like for me, I don't do the emotions thing. Like, my papa passed away, and it was kind of one of those things where, I mean, I'm telling this story, I'm not being bad, but I'm just telling the story to make the point of, it was one of those things where he was passing away, and we were kind of there, and it was in his house, and we were like, okay, this is happening,
right.
And stuff. And then it was like, I was the type, I go behind the garage, get a good little cry out for about 10 minutes. All right, I'm good.
Right.
Move on, and you just like, I don't show emotion very well. And as emotional as I felt yesterday hearing that, that for me was all the conversation I needed.
Yeah, that's the story.
It's like that I think the story is the emotion it brought out of people. I mean, and unfortunately now, not unfortunately, but I'll forever link this story with you being on the phone. And kind of, and I could hear in your voice the way you were like, oh my God, I didn't even saw what's on Twitter.
I didn't even want to say it to you.
And I'm over here like, I mean, I know I'm kind of being funny with a serious situation, but I'm like, wow, what did Andy say or something? I'm kind of going to Twitter.
Like,
and then like I get on Twitter and I'm like, oh my God, that's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
You know, and it was like
I knew the moment you logged in, you were going to see it.
yeah,
it's like,
and then just, you know, kind of how quickly we exited that phone call, and it's like, okay, we'll talk again later. To me, that's the story, and that's the tip of the cap to him.
Yep.
It's like, you know, how bad I felt
Yep.
for somebody I you know, I didn't know and you know, but watched and learned. You start to do that, and that's the story for me.
And
So.
and just the last piece of it, just the I didn't like Kobe and what an idiot I am. You know what I'm saying? Just there was a lot of that too. Just
Well, you didn't like Kobe for, and again, you didn't like Kobe for why does
the
why
character.
And I'll do this to make it a point. Why do I despise Calipari the way you do?
right.
Because he bust you. You know what I'm saying? Like so you want to pick him apart. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like if you now I was a Kobe guy. I'm wearing my Kobe's today. So like I was a big Kobe guy, but there's guys I didn't like in the league, and those guys you don't like them because they're great. Not liking your intense dislike for somebody is usually a massive show of respect.
Right. And
So-
and the you drug me to the last point of that. To be great, you have to be unlikable. The reason you're unlikable when you're chasing greatness is because to greatness, everything's a distraction. To elite, everything is a distraction. You talking to me about something that's not making my game better right now is a distraction to my world, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're infringing on my path. You talking to me about a chocolate sundaes irritates me,
Right.
Because it gets in the way of my greatness. So
Yeah.
if a guy comes up to a Kobe and you say that guy's a jerk, no, I'm on a mission to be great, and talking to you right now about anything other than how I'm going to be great is an agitation.
Well, it's a reason why he looked and felt like a different human being once he retired.
Right.
It was like, oh, that's total night and day.
Right.
Not that his drive wasn't elsewhere, but you use that primal word all the time. There is still a primal nature of sports that he could still have that same drive. And maybe that's, you know, when that mask is kind of off now, it's like, okay. So you know, Brian, I know you wanted to get into, so let.
No, you're good. It's just it's one of those things where I grew up, you know, as a Jordan fan, and I know a lot of people say that Kobe was their favorite player, and I believe a lot of people because he was a lot of people's favorite player. I'll be honest with you, Kobe was one of those guys that I respected and I knew was a great player, but he was never like my first or second best player. And it was one of those things where my teams usually rivaled Kobe's, and it was like you were talking about, Steve, a little bit where you just kind of respect his game.
Yeah.
Like you just
Yeah.
like you know you got to deal with Kobe when you play Kobe.
In sports, there's nothing like. Speaking of Brian, get that commercial that I tweeted out with Kobe and Jalen Rose. I tweeted that. It's one of my most recent tweets. Funniest commercial you'll hear. But yeah, it's you know what the best feeling is. The best feeling is to be rooting against a guy from the beginning of the game and watch him just eat your team alive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like watching Kobe in, I don't know which finals, but there was one particular finals where I was just mad at him. You know what I'm saying? Just really mad at him. But, you know, like I said, in basketball, I don't really care a lot of times. You know, I just like to see great stuff. But anyway, I mean, just watching him from the beginning of the game, like, he's going to be trash today. And just watching him just go for watching 49 points over the course of a game and watch him walk off the court, and it's like, God, he's awesome. You know what I'm saying? You just, you know, like just
And those
20
guys,
years. I mean, like I said, 20 years of that.
those guys win you over, man. I mean, you got to go through an organic transition with me when I come into this show. I was anti-LeBron through and through until the finals where he almost beat the Warriors by himself, averaged a triple-double, and I remember I was like, I can't go one more second doing this guy. He's amazing, and he's incredible, the most incredible thing I've seen. So, like, you know, now I'm in. And you know, like I said, Kobe did that for a lot of people too. So
The thing that I thought about Kobe was, you know, there's those star athletes that they retire from their sport, and then you kind of never really hear from him again. I think that Kobe was one of those guys that
That's
to
what
me,
hurts.
he was a guy that was going to do a lot with his life over the next like 20, 30 years. You know, he had already created like the Mamba Academy, and I was talking about it with Lily, our intern back here. He seemed to me like he was a big advocate for women's basketball because of his daughter.
Probably
coming
the biggest voice for women's basketball.
Yeah, and so like I think that was what he was going to be known for. You know, over the next 20 years, he was going to follow his daughter up through the ranks, and he was going to get really involved with women's basketball, and hopefully be somebody that was going to make it more
My
popular.
immediate reaction, and I know we'll get to the phone lines, was I told Marcus, I said he had so much, and I don't mean this in a selfish way, but I said he had so much left to give the game of basketball. That's what hurts, is it's like, and stuff like what you're talking about, advocating for women's basketball. I mean, because he had already made it clear, look, she wants to play in the WNBA. This is going to be a big thing, you know.
He was one of those guys that, like, even with how great of a basketball player he was one of those guys that we could have maybe remembered him for something else, like, over the next 20
I think
years
you would have.
if he did
I think you
something
would have.
outside
Yeah, I
basketball.
mean, you look at a guy in his greatest shape as he kept himself, he had 30, 40 more years, you know, so absolutely.
Cool guy Don, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Hey guys, you know, I ain't gonna lie, my mind kind of went
Steve.
4 different times just listening to y'all talk about Kobe and thinking what I wanted to say. But you know, he was definitely the uber competitor that y'all describing, and for me, I'm around the same timeline as Marcus in age. We don't talk about ages, but you know, Michael Jordan, when he had came through my life, he was the greatest thing ever, and I never thought that I would see anything close to that again. And then with the emergence of Kobe showing that same type of passion and desire and really fulfilling his achievements, you know, I was sitting at home yesterday with my brother, and he was on Twitter, and when he got the news, he knew how big of a fan I was. I just seen his face, and he said Kobe. And the first thing that popped in my mind was, did he just tweet that he's coming back to play in the NBA with LeBron? Because that's the level of competitiveness that you would never put nothing past him in regards to basketball. And when I heard the latter, you know, of course I was crushed by it, but that'll always be the first thing I remember about when I seen his face and he just said Kobe. And I looked at his face like he was so bewildered. I was like, "Is he coming back?" You know, that was just the level of competitor that he was, and you know, that's all I got.
Yeah, no, I appreciate the call. Like I said, I'm not the guy that just eulogize. I can keep saying it just sucks. It just sucks. You know?
No, like I said, I think you did a good job at that. I mean, you know, of course, there's all kinds of debates now. That's not really what we do, but there's debates now with the logo and the NBA and the retiring of the numbers, and I'm for all of it.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's like that's not a debate. That's where I don't want to go with it as far as debating back and forth. Like I said, I'll repeat it. I said it at the beginning. I'll repeat it again. My lasting thing for him is just how I think it made you feel should speak for itself. Just like people talk about the Magic Johnson, how it made you feel when you watched that press conference. Of course, I was very young at the time, but I've heard people, you know, talk about it. That should speak for itself. There's other deaths, and I mean, I'm not going to name them just out of respect. I mean, even if they were bad people, good people, whatever, of sports heroes or famous, you know, whatever that you said. Yeah, you know, and that's why I give, you know, credit to this one.
Dana, thanks for joining us on 93.9. What's on your mind?
Morning, guys. I'm going to kind of take a cue from you, Marcus. I don't really want to make this a eulogy situation, but Steve, you said something earlier. It is going to be a situation where you're going to ask yourself, where were you when you heard the news?
Yeah.
Yesterday I got out of church, was sitting in front of school, was ready to go try to type up a paper, and I got the news. And what normally would have taken me an hour took 3. I was just so distracted because you sitting there trying to figure out, you know, you kept waiting for it to be a hoax, or you know, did I just hear that right? It's going to resonate, and me being a lifelong Celtics fan, even with that rivalry, it's gonna stay for a while. We lost a legend, but and his daughter, and I feel sorry for his family. That's all I really got to add.
Yeah, appreciate the call.
Yeah.
Like I said, it sucks, and the roads of retirements and logos and honorings, and that's just those are, to me, those are national, porch podium conversations.
Sure.
Ulysses, thanks for joining us on 939. Fire away.
Thank you, Marcus. Thank you, Steve. Real quick, I'm not going to take up too much. I had an agenda when I first called in, but the Kobe thing is front and center. So, simply put, the thing that I think when I think of Kobe has nothing at all to do with basketball. Period. We already know he's a great. He's probably one of the all-time greats. But when I think about Kobe, I think about forgiveness. And what I mean by that is it doesn't have anything to do with what happened between his wife and that situation he had many years back. Is when I reflect back, the issues that Kobe had with other people, he had this small knack for going back maybe sometime later and rectifying it and clearing the air over a lot of stuff.
Good point.
And he didn't really let it linger. And that's really, from a human standpoint of view, that's the mark of a real human being. Forgiveness that's what I see when I think of him.
No,
so that's all I got.
No, that's an absolute great point.
To his point, another, when I say how it made you feel, another lasting memory for me, or a tip of the cap to Kobe, would be the Kendrick Perkins tweet.
Oh yeah,
that come out afterwards. It's like,
KD,
it's like, okay, that's somebody. It's like, hey, look, I may have been wrong, you may have been wrong. I don't care. I'm gonna apologize. Like in moments. That's why I say moments like yesterday. If I would hope I live my life in such a way that when I pass away, people reflect. I mean, God forbid if I went out here and died today, it would be like, man, I need to reflect on my life. Because of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the ultimate Derek Jeter,
Yeah. If you lose some of your pettiness just out of the suddenness of this, if you lose some of that pettiness, if you apologize, if you say, he's right. Like, if guys squash beefs because this shook them up, then that's a positive thing you could take away from it.
Yep.
I tell you what, I'll take our commercial break. We'll come back. We'll talk some Louisville basketball. Middays with Marcus Maven, 8150. 93.9 is the number on 939 The Ville.
I'm former Louisville basketball player Luke Hancock. When the NCAA tried to take away the Most Outstanding Player Award from the 2013 tournament, I got it back thanks to Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is the personal injury firm that fights for the people, and their team treats clients like family. Morgan & Morgan changed my life, and if you've been injured in a car crash, at work, or in a slip and fall, they may be able to change yours. For a free consultation, dial #LAW on your cell phone. That's #529, offices Louisville.
Are you ready to sell your home? Well, there couldn't be a better time. Houses are going for top dollar and selling quickly. You need to call Jill Blessinger with Keller Williams. She has a team of professionals that will help you sell your home quickly and get the most for it. She'll home. And if you mention you heard this on Middays with Marcus Maven or ESPN, your appraisal is absolutely free. So give Jill a call today at 502-773-0546. That's 502-773.
Coverage begins tonight at 8:45 on 93.9 The Ville. Coverage begins tonight right here on 93.9 The Ville at 8:45. Coverage begins tonight at 8:45 right here on 93.9 The Ville. Coverage begins at 8:45 right here on 93.9 The Ville.
my face. Go to hairsurgery.com and find out not only how affordable it is, but how you can get your hair back today. Visit hairsurgery.com, that's hairsurgery.com, and tell them Brandon Lang sent you.
Hi, this is Scott Davenport. I'm the head basketball coach at Bellarmine University, and I want to invite you to join me every Monday night from 7 to 8 p.m. on 93.9 The Ville, talking sports. All sports, all levels. Football, basketball, baseball, thoroughbred racing, golf, you name it, everything's on the table. This show is about you and your opinion. I may not agree with it, but I will respect it.
Monday evenings from 7 to 8 on 93.9 The Ville.
Hey, this is Steve Rummage, and I have one question for you. What good is having that beautiful home with that beautiful view if you can't see through the grit and grime of your windows? Or every time you try to open them, it feels like an extensive workout. Let's face it, you and your home deserve better. That's why I'm here to tell you about Windows Plus. They have the best free lifetime transferable warranty, best installation in town, quality products, doors, windows, siding, and gutters. They've also been voted most efficient in 2019 and have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating, including all 5-star reviews, which means they're exactly what you've been looking for. So go visit them at 11501 Plantside Drive in Louisville, Kentucky, or call 502-494-0120. Again, that's Windows Plus, so make the call.
Results may vary. See website for details. 2020 is here, and so is finally having 2020 vision. Now is the time to get your free LASIK exam at Jaffe LASIK to see if LASIK is right for you. LASIK can be a life changer, literally giving you 2020 vision in minutes. Don't wait any longer because it's by far the best time to see if LASIK can work for you. That's right. If you're looking for LASIK in Louisville, Jaffe Custom LASIK has advanced custom LASIK technology. And now for the best price of just $295 per eye. Jaffe is the choice for fast, easy, and affordable LASIK. Jaffe LASIK can correct nearsightedness, farsightedness, and astigmatism. And now for the best price of just $295 per eye in Louisville. Start your 2020 with 2020 vision. Schedule your free LASIK exam today to see if LASIK is right for you. Dial ** 2020 or visit JaffeLASIK.com. Call and schedule your free LASIK exam. Just dial ** 2020 on your mobile phone now or visit JaffeLASIK.com. Dial ** 2020. The exam is absolutely free. Just dial ** 2020 on your mobile phone now. That's ** 2020. Dial ** 2020.
This is Luke Hancock. As a financial advisor with ClearPath Financial of Raymond James, we recognize each person, family, or business has a unique financial situation that requires a tailored and strategic approach. We commit our energy, resources, and knowledge to simplify the financial planning process and help clients reach their goals. Finances can be complex, but it doesn't have to feel like brain surgery or a foreign language. We help with things like planning to get you to and through retirement, preserving your wealth, building a legacy, and many more wealth management solutions. Bottom line, you want someone you can trust who's going to put you first to help you break through and reach your financial goals. Come see us for a comprehensive financial review. We're right next to Trinity High School in the heart of St. Matthews at 4070 Westport Road, Louisville, Kentucky. Or call us at 502-805-4000. Raymond James & Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
The Louisville women's basketball team is hoping for yet another deep postseason run. Get in on the excitement and join head coach Jeff Walls and me, Nick Curran, for the Jeff Walls Show. It's this Tuesday night from 7 to 8 at Mark's Feed Store in Fern Creek. We'll recap and preview games as well as take your calls and tweets. Plus, you never know what Coach Walls may say next. It's the Jeff Walls Show this Tuesday night from 7 to 8 right here on 93.9 The Ville and the ESPN Louisville app.
Hey, y'all. My name is Miss Joella, and I am Joella's Hot Chicken. Now, eating chicken that's all heat, no taste is just about as smart as a trapdoor in a canoe. It just makes no sense, which is why I'm all about love, hospitality, and just the right amount of spice. That way, you can enjoy chicken that has some heat and a whole lot of flavor. Joella's Hot Chicken.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
You're listening to Middays with Marcus Maben, broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services studio on 93.9 The Ville. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. It's Middays with Marcus Maben, 8150. 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. Brian Hall, is that Lily? Is that music copyrighted?
That is non-copyright right there.
Better be. Somebody getting fired.
Okay, so Steve, we're gonna try to just make it, speed up the level of the show a little bit.
Yeah. Like I said, we talked about it. It was an emotional weekend, ups and downs. One of the ups was the basketball.
A win
team.
over Clemson.
It was an up for me. I don't know about you. Hey, was it good for you?
Darius Perry.
Darius was awesome, man. You had, I don't usually, I'm weird. I don't usually retweet you. I don't know why. Like, I guess because I talk to you so much that I'm like.
Because we usually say the same thing.
Yeah. So, but you had a tweet that I actually retweeted over the weekend, and the tweet was, in paraphrase, was basically, was really glad to see Darius have such a big day.
Right.
And I retweeted it, because I was like, touche. Yes, I feel the same. So retweet, yeah, and I was glad. I mean, because I've been ready to kick him off the team. I know others have too. Obviously, when I say kick him off the team, you know what I mean. But he showed up in a big way the last couple games. The only difference that he did Saturday was he hit threes. He's been playing that same way the last couple games.
That's the great point.
Yeah. So
and that's one of those coach speak things where they say it'll start. The rest of your game will fall into place if you just keep playing defense as hard.
Yeah, and there was even a moment I thought where I think it was Fresh, had Darius open, didn't throw him the ball, went another place with it. I think he ends up going in the post somewhere. The ball gets back to Darius. Mm-hmm. Darius hits a three, and he kind of like not team dissension way, but he kind of gave Fresh the look like, that would have happened 10 seconds ago if you had just thrown me the ball. Darius, come on. But he did this last year. You remember, towards the end of the year, he was the most efficient guy on the team. And like I said, his defense.
You brought that up earlier in the year, talking about him late season.
Yeah.
He actually played good the last 10 games a year.
So, the offense kind of came. He got some good looks the other day, and Darius is a guy that can shoot the ball. We know that. So, he's going to have games like that. But as long as he stays consistent defensively, which he's been doing, that he will have more games. I don't know if Darius is a guy that does that every game or not, but he will have more games, and you will see his point total consistently, I think, go to 8, 9, 10. Mm-hmm. Maybe not 19 or whatever he had, but he's definitely that type of guy.
I just watched Jordan Ward with two of the worst fouls possible. One out of half court, just getting real handsy. And then one kind of the slap down. I don't know if that one was a foul, but it's one of those. You already got two. You shouldn't be slapping down at the ball.
Let me ask you, because we are when you come from a game like that, I think most people, unless you're just hell bent on not being happy, like for instance, like I got a cousin. He's probably listening right now. Like we watched the Royal Rumble. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, I get angry. I was angry at the women's Royal Rumble because I didn't like who they had win, stuff like that. Well, we had talked for weeks, and, we're like, well, if the men's Royal Rumble goes like this, we're going to be mad. Okay. But if it goes like this, we'll be happy.
Right.
Well, he was so mad at the women's Rumble that when the guys happened, the guys' Rumble actually happened awesome.
Right.
But he was still like, yeah, but this. It's like, okay, well, then you're just going to be unhappy with it. Right. So just be unhappy. The only way Saturday didn't please you was you were just like, I'm unhappy with this team, and everything they do is going to make me unhappy. So
I don't know, Steve.
Okay, I'm listening.
See, now I gotta. You know what? From now on, we're going to play the replays of the games during the show because it will remind you of something.
Okay.
You left the game very unhappy about something. Brian Hall. Lily, will you put Brian Hall on the phone? Look on the phone.
I'm here.
Brian Hall, you left the game unhappy about something on Saturday. What was it?
I think we kind of, I want to say maybe let up a little bit at the end. You know, we got out to an early lead, and then we just kind of sat there, and we didn't continue to, I guess, lay on the gas pedal.
What is it, Steve? What is it, Steve? Think
that you left unhappy about. Aiden.
Aiden and
yeah,
Gahan.
Aiden and Gahan.
Come on,
yeah,
Brian. You let me
yeah.
down on that one. I thought you were gonna know that, but listen.
Yeah, that's fair.
You're Aiden and Gahan.
I'll give you that.
Listen, and that wasn't a Aiden just played more.
Yeah.
That was no. Malik was hurt. Aiden, 27-point game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, there had to be a 25-point mark where you say, okay, let me get this man 2 minutes in. You know? Because like I said, if it was announced that he was, and you know what, it made it so much worse to watch him roll to the basket from as far as he was out, setting that pick when he came in that last minute.
Yeah.
You know, get two hands on the ball, strong-handedly, catch that, get fouled, and hit two of the smoothest free throws.
Yeah, no, that was the worst thing could have happened.
That
because actually, if
that was the worst thing that could have happened.
If he just catches a pass and dunks it, it's like, yeah, he can do that. But when I saw how smooth he looked at the free throw line, it was like, okay, whoa.
Time out, coach. Listen,
why does that guy look so dang good shooting free throws?
Literally, call a timeout right now, coach. After these two free throws,
we need to talk.
We're gonna we need to extend this game right now. Like I said, listen, I like what he's doing.
And he's probably listening.
Oh, and I get it. Aiden's probably listening. Coach is probably listening.
So,
but I feel how I feel. And
well, I don't know about Aiden, but I know Coach is listening, or somebody very close to Coach is listening.
And here's
figure that out.
While Steve was being Mr. Positive guy, look, you can do my voice, Steve, because I'm usually that guy. You're being Mr. Positive after the game, and I'm trying to be Mr. Positive, and you say, well, Marcus, you know, what'd you say, Marcus? I mean, there's a reason he was on the bench, you know, the whole time, and I responded you in an angry fashion, like, yeah, and I watched David sit on the bench a full game and not even play a minute.
That's frightening. And then you watch that game in Lubbock, and it's like, how did we lose to either one of these teams? And then
I thought Kentucky looked good, actually.
No, I think they are playing better. Yeah. I agree with that. I'm not totally. I think Nick Richards playing like a man,
and just the aggression they're playing with.
Yeah. So I'm not totally doo-dooing on the team, but I sat here and I said, how did we lose those games, man? And then on my other shoulder, there was a little Steve going,
you know why we lost?
Because David didn't play. I was like, oh yeah, that's why. So, anyways,
and I don't know if I need to get mad at David because like, what were you doing? What were you doing, David? What were you doing that game? And here's the thing: the reason it's so funny to me, the reason I don't get mad at the coach or anything, because I know there was things that I needed to do, and if I didn't do, like giving you a responsibility, Marcus, when the shot goes up, you're supposed to cross the middle. We all have rebounding lanes, right?
Yeah,
Marcus. You need to cross the middle when the shot goes up. But, Coach, I'm out here cooking fools on the left. I'm out here dunking on fools. I'm out here doing all – I'm doing my thing. Everybody knows I'm cold, Coach. Mm-hmm. I didn't actually say this, but
sure,
you get the vibe. Like, if I can score on a guy and I can stop a guy from scoring, I should be on this basketball court.
Speaking of our coach, Crum, these were the shoes that he was like, hey, Steve, nice shoes.
Change your life.
Hey, I know. Yeah, nice shoes, man.
Just the acknowledgement of Coach, which was so ironic to me.
No,
like,
I loved it.
Coach.
Actually, I didn't think nothing of it. When he said it, I was like, oh, that's cool. You're like, oh, that's cool. But then when I told you the look on your face, I was like, wait a minute. I had something here. It's like, this was big. I wish I could go back and give proper respect to that moment because in the moment I'm just like, thanks, Coach, appreciate that.
He got some candy apple red shoes on, and Coach, you giving him a nice shoes, and you wouldn't let me rock the platinum Kobe's,
and I got the candy apple,
and
Kobe's.
You got the candy apple Kobe. Like, how ironic is that, people? You know, it was like Steve's exchange with Coach is over the Kobe's, which he almost kicked me off the team over.
The world just has a way of bringing people together.
Yes. But my point being,
yes,
like, can you imagine somebody shoots a basketball, I can tell like that ball is, going somewhere else, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or I don't run across the middle, you know what I'm saying, in my rebounding lane, right? And the ball goes and lands in the middle.
Uh-huh.
You in the doghouse.
Yeah.
That means you don't care about my hops. You don't care about my offense. You don't care about my defense. You don't care that I know all 5 positions on the team and I can be in there at any spot.
Yeah.
You don't care about any of that because a good coach, I listen, I will give any coach a real pass on this. A good coach is strong enough to say, until you make it a habit to run across that middle after a shot, I'm leaving you on the bench. And coach has to deal with fan, former player, scout, everybody else that says that coach is screwing up by not playing David Johnson.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that this is the life we chose. You know? And like I said, I'm going to sit there, and then when David Johnson plays and he looks awesome again and you have a historic win in Duke Cameron Indoor, I'm going to say, I've been telling you to play David Johnson.
I know.
And I'm going to say, I've been telling you Sam needs more minutes to take off Dwayne's back, to take off Jordan's back.
Sam.
We'll get there.
We'll have that conversation.
It crushed me that Aiden Gahan didn't play.
It did me too, man, because we had a conversation, like I said, the day before, and I said, man, I'm almost more excited for the game now because I think, I said on the radio, and I said, man, kind of going through that stretch where it's like,
in pregame. No. This is the Aiden conversation is what we knew was going to keep this show rolling. We knew the Sam conversation mid-season, freshmen start coming along, David Johnson. We knew that stops you from getting low. Also, Steve, it's not just Aiden. Darius played like he's trying to make a point.
Yeah.
I think it was Lawrence who called in the show. Darius,
he called the post game.
It was Lawrence who called in and said, Darius looked at David like, you ain't taking my spot. And my response to that was, it wasn't important. It wasn't, we don't have to make guy against guy.
Oh, no. No.
We don't have to make it a battle. But Darius played like he was trying to prove that he is the point guard of this team, or he's a starter on this team.
One of my best friends, Blue Smith, that's his name. Uncle Milty's pawn shop now, so shout out to him and his family. Go over there and check him out. But he was one of my best friends. My senior year, it was looking like, hey, we may be better if we go a little smaller and play him to start, and then you come in. Well, he's one of my best friends, but I was like, in practice, I was like, please, come down here. Like, no, we got to settle this.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, to that credit, there was no dissension between me and him. I love that dude like a brother.
Right.
But in practice, it was like, hang on. Whoa, time out
Right.
here. Yeah. Like, they're starting you over me now. Like, what's the problem?
Which is the point, which was a concern of mine dating back to last year.
Yeah.
The fact that I felt like their athletic personality, to no fault of their own, and to something I suffered from, the comfort.
Yeah.
The comfort of knowing my jersey's gonna be there, and I know. And when the whiteboard gets filled out at the beginning of the game, I'm gonna see my name right at that 2 spot.
Yeah.
That's a comfort thing.
Absolutely,
you know what I'm saying?
is.
Now, you have some bad practices or somebody behind you playing good. Now you're waiting to even see what that board says as far as the projected starters, and then you do see your name or you don't see your name. It injects adrenaline to the team. When Aiden, okay, I'm sorry. I'll go back to David. The first time David gets in the game and he gets that alley-oop, 5, 6 games back, you know what I'm saying? Maybe 7 games back. He gets that alley-oop. It's like, welcome to the team, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the bench, like, there's hope for us.
Yeah.
David made it out.
Yeah.
He made it out the hood.
Yeah.
And you know how I mean that. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know. Yeah.
He makes it out the neighborhood of the bench. He succeeds. You know what I'm saying? Now, Sam Williamson, another one of us made it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like even Darius. Darius was kind of in the neighborhood of everybody's mad at us, or everybody's mad at me, everybody's throwing me out, talking bad about me and things like that. And when he has a good game, like, do you see the picture of Ryan McMahon and all those guys on the sideline?
Oh, yeah.
When Darius playing?
Yeah.
Like, they were thrilled. But what I'm saying is the rotation and interjection of energy. And I thought, even with the fans, and it matters.
Yeah.
It matters. So that's why coaches wait to take a guy off when he's by himself.
Yes.
So he can get his applause. That's why you wait to the right moment. Like you saw, you remember Boston coach. Who's my Boston coach? What's his name? The Boston Celtics head coach.
Brad Stevens.
Yeah. He waits until the right time. He lets everybody start chirping for Taco Fall.
Yeah.
He waits. He hears the chirping. He kind of gives a little signal. Come on, y'all, like get it, raise up a little bit. Taco Fall checks in. Place explodes. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you're up 27 and it goes down to 23.
Yeah.
Why not let that be the time where it gets some injection? You know what I'm saying?
Well, there was a couple times that was perfect. That's what I think. That's why I think you left with a little bit of aggravation over Aiden, was because it wasn't like there was you should have played him.
Look, 2 fouls on Malik, 2 fouls on Steven, 4 minutes to go.
Oh, not even that. 9 minutes and 12 seconds. You got one. Malik just picked up one.
Mm-hmm.
Steve's got 2.
Mm-hmm.
You can steal a minute 12 here with Aiden. If the guy can't play a minute 12, then that's either your fault or he is just way worse
Coach
than we
McGee's,
thought. Yeah. When I say yours, I'm just saying anybody.
Had he not hit those free throws,
I know.
Because like I said, Aiden. But I did look to the coach's point. I will say this. I will give this caveat. On another team, Malik Williams starts and plays 30 minutes a game.
Any team in the ACC.
Minimum.
Yep.
Any team in the ACC, Stephen Enoch starts and plays at the minimum.
And before you say
30,
Mooney or somebody, no, they move Mooney over.
30 minutes a game minimum.
Yep.
Those two centers. So for them to be playing 20 and 22 minutes a game, you already stealing 10 minutes a game for minimum from starting ACC centers, for 2 starting top 3 ACC centers, right?
Yeah.
So analytically, I don't have space for a third center. It sucks.
Yeah.
Analytically.
Yeah.
But, of course, basketball minds say, you just got to get him in
But
there.
here's what we're learning, too. Am I aggravated that you lose Kentucky and I won't even say Texas Tech as much, but I mean, do you lose Kentucky and Florida State because David don't play and Sam doesn't play a lot? Sure. But I am very pleased with his willingness to change, which shows me when I see Aiden.
Yeah, because he went from no playing David to let it run unless you screw up.
It gives me the belief in Coach Mack now, where I say I can also come back at our argument right now in general, because I'm in agreement with you on the Aiden thing. But I could also come back and say, guys, do you see what he's doing with Sam and David? If Aiden deserves to be on the floor or has to be on the floor, he'll put Aiden on the floor.
Because they earned their way on the floor.
Yeah, so that's kind of the trust on the other side that Coach Mack's given us now, too. Because, like with Coach Pitino, for instance, those dudes ain't playing. I'm sorry. Now, he was a Hall of Famer, and he would make adjustments elsewhere to make the team better. So we were like, okay, well, he'll figure something else out. So that wasn't really an issue. With Coach Mack, I think the other thing is, on the flip side of that, he's going, no, as we go on, these dudes earn their way on the court. They're going to play.
I assume that the top text message says what happens next year when you lose.
Steve's gone and Malik's your starter, and Aiden has no meaningful game time experience. It's a fair question. I mean, it's a fair question.
How do you answer that?
He's a freshman. He's an overdeveloped freshman. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that's not the answer you want.
Yeah, but Coach Mack is going to say, but he's been playing against the top 2 centers in the ACC for a year.
Sure, that's what I'm saying. That's why I joke around, and I know it aggravates the non-Louisville fan, but I'm like, well, next year, I'm like, you're bringing in Jay Scrub. As of now, Jay Scrub. You're bringing in Davis from up in Indy. You're bringing in Trainer. You're bringing in 5-star Jalen Withers. Because I'm like,
5-star freshman Jalen Withers.
Yeah, the reason I do that is because I'm like, you tell me how many of those high school kids outside of because I understand. Look,
4-star
some of these high school kids in the top 10 are freaking men,
right?
And yeah, they're still better than Jalen Withers. I'm fine with that. But how many kids out of the top 10, 15 are as ready to go immediately as he will be next year after having a year in Louisville's program? Not many, if any. So, you're like, that's why I say, okay, he's a 5-star. By the way, did you hear Coach Mack say he was Mack? I think Coach Mack said,
"Come on, Lily."
He was cooking.
That's what that. Come on, Lily.
Oh yeah,
you should know that by now. What, What have you been here 10 days?
I know.
What were you saying? I didn't hear you.
Look, oh man, look, he gave the hand signal.
Ooh, YouTubers, listen, YouTubers.
Yeah.
What does this mean?
YouTubers right now are screaming. They're screaming at her. They're like,
YouTubers,
they're
what
like,
does that
go
mean?
to break, Lily, for the love
Come
of
on,
everything.
Lily.
It's okay. No, she's doing a great
no
job.
No other motion looks like this.
Listen, her family's probably listening.
I know.
They're going to be angry at you.
I want them to know on the job the harassment that she's in training.
Yes.
Lily, it's a break. It's the top of the hour.
So we give no leeway whatsoever.
Right. To earn your way to that spot.
That's all right. That's perfect. She is in the one chair today, too.
She is in the one chair.
Which means in the second hour, you're going to have to contribute voice-wise.
You watch the game?
So, yeah. She watched the game.
Good. Perfect.
All right, because we'll ask you about it in the next hour. A full breakdown of the offense.
Lily, I need a full substitution pattern that you would like to see in the Boston College game.
Yeah. That's perfect. All right. We're good.
Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville.
Commercial painting to a variety of clients, including stores, restaurants, gyms, plus much more. We guarantee our work will be done professionally and with the least amount of disruption as possible. Nate's Painting even painted the studios here at ESPN Louisville. So trust the experts we trust. Nate's Painting. Mention ESPN Louisville for 10% off. Get your free estimate today. Call 502-572-6658 or visit Nate's Painting website at LouisvilleResidentialPainters.com.
Experience Rufino, one of the most iconic names in Italian wine. Add a touch of Italian hospitality to every occasion with wines for every palate. From sparkling Proseccos and Rosés to fresh fruit-forward whites and Tuscan estate reds, you'll find the perfect wine with ease. Celebrate with Rufino and discover the Italian art of good living. La Vita Rufino. Please enjoy our wines responsibly. 2019 Rufino Import Company, Rutherford, California.
Have you been in a car wreck? Insurance companies can be really tough to deal with on your own. I'm Sam Aguiar, and our team is here to help. We have been fortunate enough to represent thousands of people from Kentucky communities, and we would love to speak with you about your potential case. Our team loves what we do. The consultation for you is free, and we don't charge you anything unless we win the case for you. So come be a part of our team. Our phone number is easy, 502-888-8888. 502-888-8888.
Turn your love of the game into a lifelong career with a degree in sport administration from the University of Louisville. Work with experienced faculty, gain essential leadership skills, and learn to think critically about hot-button issues within the sports industry. U of L offers both a bachelor's and a master's program completely online, so you never have to miss a game. Get the ball rolling at louisville.edu/online.
Follow the leader, ESPN Louisville, your home for the college football playoff, NFL, the Final Four, and the best sports talk. Download the ESPN Louisville app today.
Hi, this is Scott Davenport. I'm the head basketball coach at Bellarmine University, and I want to invite you to join me every Monday night from 7 to 8 p.m. on 93.9 The Ville, talking sports. All sports, all levels. Football, basketball, baseball, thoroughbred racing, golf, you name it, everything's on the table. This show is about you and your opinion. I may not agree with it, but I will respect it.
Monday evenings from 7 to 8 on 93.9 The Ville.
ESPN Louisville is your home for Westwood One's presentation of Super Bowl 54.
The San Francisco 49ers are going to the Super Bowl for the 7th time.
Coverage begins Sunday, February 2nd at 2 o'clock on all ESPN Louisville stations. We'll have all your coverage with the Chiefs and 49ers up until kickoff at 6:30. Westwood One's play-by-play of Super Bowl 54 on ESPN Louisville is presented by Caesars Southern Indiana, Joella's Hot Chicken, UPS Jobs, fueled by Kroger, and delivered by Papa John's.
Hey, y'all. My name is Miss Joella, and I am Joella's Hot Chicken. Now, eating chicken that's all heat, no taste is just about as smart as a trapdoor in a canoe. It just makes no sense, which is why I'm all about love, hospitality, and just the right amount of spice. That way, you can enjoy chicken that has some heat and a whole lot of flavor. Joella's Hot Chicken.
An official broadcast partner of the University of Louisville, WLCL Sellersburg is 93.9 The Ville. Time now for an ESPN Louisville Sports Center update.
Good morning, I'm Brian Hull. The Sports Center update brought to you by Great Balls of Fire, your fireplace experts. The number 6 ranked Louisville men's basketball team improved to 7-3 over the weekend with an 80-64 win over Clemson on Saturday. Darius Perry led the way for the Cards with 19 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist. Samuel Williamson also had 14 points, 1 rebound, and 1 assist. Coach Mack talked about the performance after the game.
We felt like because they shoot it from all 5 positions, Amir Sims will shoot it from the 5, that it really starts with dribble penetration and not allowing the ball in the lane so that your defenders are a little bit better positioned to challenge shots. We're not allowing them to get them off.
Up next for the Cards is a trip to Boston College on Wednesday at 9 p.m., and you can catch that on the ACC Network. The number 5 ranked Louisville women's basketball team improved to 20-1 on the year with an 83-49 win over Pittsburgh yesterday. 6 Cards scored in double figures, including Elizabeth Valgaden with 12 points and 8 rebounds. Up next for the Cards is Notre Dame on Thursday at 7 p.m. You'll be able to catch that on ESPN. The Bellarmine Knights bounced back after a 2-game losing streak with a 78-65 win over Drury University on Saturday. Alec Frim led the way for the Knights with 16 points, 1 rebound, and 1 assist. The Knights are now 15-2 on the year, and they prepare for the University of Illinois Springfield on Thursday at 8:30. That game will be in Illinois. The 15th-ranked Kentucky men's basketball team improved to 15-4 on the year with a 76-74 overtime win over number 18 Texas Tech on Saturday. Nick Richards led the way for the Cats with 25 points and 14 rebounds. And up next for Kentucky is Vanderbilt on Wednesday at 6:30. You can catch that on the SEC Network. And last but certainly not least, our thoughts and prayers go out to the Bryant family and everybody else involved in the helicopter crash yesterday that happened in Los Angeles, killing one of the all-time greats, Kobe Bryant. Keep it locked here. Middays with Marcus Maben is next. This is SportsCenter.
This is Marcus Maben, and you're listening to The Ville from the OPC Services Studio.
outside of Aiden, you are right about that. But I think for the most part, you're pleased with the win. You're pleased with you come out, you look pretty much flawless. You know what I'm saying? I mean, outside of a little bit of stretch.
Okay, did you play great, or were you just did you just get hot for that night?
I don't think you got hot. I mean, did it feel like you were hot?
Lily, if you watched the game, do you think the team was just hot, or do you think they executed the offensive strategy well?
I think they executed the offensive strategy well, but I don't think they played at 100%.
What would you have liked to see more of?
I don't know. I just feel like whenever we play opponents who we feel that we can easily beat, that we aren't necessarily aggressive enough at all.
How do you solve that?
Be more aggressive.
No, you solve that by going to the bench and bringing in. Her. She sounds like Coach Mack. Yeah, Coach Mack. How do you solve the aggressiveness? I don't know. Be more aggressive.
No, we're joking with her, but seriously, what she's saying, there's a lot of truth too. I do agree with.
Oh, we've been saying that for the longest. Teams you think you can beat, it's just easy to let down. But they did come out aggressive.
It got better. That's what I like to see. It was for a whole half. You end the half. By the way, you end the half with Sam Williamson. I don't care. I'm giving it. He hits.
That was a bad. That was. I mean, that call, Steve.
Yeah,
that was a good call.
No, it's terrible.
It was a good call. The call on Sam.
It's just atrocious.
I like Samuel Williamson a lot.
Yeah.
I like him a lot. I think he's an excellent basketball player.
I know.
Excellent. Bad.
Yeah. It's terrible.
Bad.
No, it was
awful.
Don't
go
let
back and look at the play.
This is one of them, Grandpa.
He kicks out his legs blatantly. Texters 38, 31, 93.9. Callers 8150, 93.9. Callers 815-0939. If you watch have you watched the replay of that?
I have.
Steve, you're not allowed to kick somebody who's flying by you. You know that, right?
Yes, I do.
Yes, you know that, or yes, you think you're allowed to do that?
No, I do know that, but I don't think that's what happened there. I don't think that's what happened there.
Listen, whoever just texted me, I'm going to read it on the air if it's about this.
That's fine. Read
that
it.
call was horrible on Williamson from Brittany.
Yes. Because it was. It was bad, man. And it was called after.
You told me it was on Ryan, and I'm like, that wasn't on Ryan.
Well, I thought it was when I first watched it, because I thought they called it on the screen, and I was like, oh my gosh, like that was. Then I really thought it was bad. Afterwards, when I saw the actual play, like, well, watch it. I don't care. Like it's not a good call.
Listen to the commentary too.
Oh, the commentator said it's a good call. Well, that settles it. Look at this. That's terrible.
That was a Bruce Lee kick, Steve.
He shot the ball.
He kicked out his leg to the passerby, the defender passing by.
That shot looked no different than any other shot he ever takes.
Okay, just look at his legs, Steve.
Oh yeah, but go look at his leg on any shot. Did he do anything on that shot that was any worse than what he does?
That was an unnatural move.
No, it was not. That was not. Oh, listen. The commentator took up for the ref. Well, that settles it. All right, you're right. The commentator said it was a good call. Yep, because Mike Eads was making great calls all day. So, look at him. Oh, look at that leg. Oh, man, look at him. Oh, gosh. Look how terrible that was. Gosh. I mean, and if the announcers say it, then, Mike Eads was just tearing it up all day. Just great call after great call after great call all the way up there.
Point of emphasis, Steve.
Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible.
You're wrong.
You're
just wrong on this one. That was
an awful call, dude. That was an awful call. I'm sorry. That was bad. You don't call anything there. Just look, bucket. Game half over.
Definitely the right call on Sam.
Oh wow, you read the one guy out of 17 text messages that said the right call.
If Grayson Allen had kicked out like that, would you have said it was a good call?
Yes. I'm saying that was fine.
Listen, they the referees did a horrible job. That was a good call.
No, because here's the thing. They're calling it a purposeful kick out. It wasn't. The guy went in his space and he moved so he didn't come down on the dude's foot. I mean, no, I'm serious about this. Like, that was not a bad call. That was a terrible call.
That was the old Reggie Miller move.
Dude, there's one texter, and it's that texter right there.
It's the most recent text.
Yeah, because that was the one you read a minute ago. I know these numbers. Like, yeah, there's 37 texts saying it was a bad, and he keeps reading the 608 number that keeps saying it was a bad call. Or a good call.
Steve needs a nitroglycerin tab.
That was a terrible call. It took 3 points away from my baby Sam.
Four.
No, because you wouldn't have called. They would. I don't think after going back. I said
it wouldn't beat those.
No, I know, but I look. I'm okay. Well, I was saying 4 when I thought they called it on Ryan and he just got fouled. Like, to me, that's a no call. You just he shoots it, whatever, you move on.
Oh, you think that's a no call?
Yeah, you just that's a shot, whatever. You go on with it.
But he was contacted.
Yeah, but I think that's one though where you say okay.
You're admitting that.
No, that's a terrible call.
What about Jordan?
And you can't say the announcer because I mean, for the love of God, Jay Billis was on there the other night talking about chest fouls. So the announcers are going to do, and I love Jay Billis, but the announcers are going to do whatever humanly possible to say the referees are right.
Jordan.
Mike Eads sucked the other day. He sucked.
Look at Jordan.
I mean, he was absolute
great
crap.
Block, Jordan Wara.
Great block, Jordan.
I am so glad that you accepted
awesome.
the challenge.
He did.
He totally accepted the challenge.
I'm shocked he didn't get a foul call.
I was surprised.
For making a play.
I was surprised about that one. But I think the referee saw the agreement in the challenge and said, okay, we're going to let these guys.
Really? Because I don't think they saw anything. He was so bad.
Who, Mike Eads?
He was so bad.
I thought it was the other one you were mad at.
No. The other ones weren't all that bad. I mean, the other ones were just following suit.
Yeah, listen, like, speaking of referees, what do you think about Mike Bray?
I mean, I thought he had a good point. I mean, he's right. That's why they find him.
Okay, conspiracy theory. Brian Hall, do you have the Bray ready? Little Lily. Good job. Well, okay, so let me set this up. Mm-hmm. Notre Dame coach Mike Bray feels like a conspiracy theory that he gets tough calls, and he thinks there's a particular reason Mike Bray gets the tough calls.
You know, they calmed down a little bit. I'm proud of our group. We gave ourselves a chance. Disappointing, though. You know, we had chances there at the end. Durham get fouled on that last one? And that steal? Did he get fouled on that? How about the walk on Pfluger at half court? Sometimes we're treated by the officials like we haven't brought football as a full member, but yet we get a full share of the ACC network TV. Are you kidding me? He tees up our bench from across the court because he's pissed off at us? I'm frustrated, man. And I tip the cap to Florida State. They made great plays. I love Leonard. He's a good friend, and they're a great team. You got to be kidding me, man. Come on, man. We're in the League Two. We're in the League Two now. Come on. Come on, John Gaffney. God. Congratulations, Florida State. You're fearless. Great team. They can win it.
Listen, I thought Mike Bray actually handled that well. He was very, I mean, it's seriously.
You know why, too? Because he was proud of his team. He knew he had a shot to win, and he knew he got some tough calls.
And he was very, like, if I'm a Florida State coach right there, I don't feel disrespected.
Yeah, right.
Like, I feel like he literally is like, look, that Florida State team's great.
Yeah, he said they got a chance to win it all.
They can win it all.
Yeah.
We should have beat them today. You know what I mean? Because in my deep down soul, I know. I'm looking, because I guarantee you Leonard Hamilton wasn't in there like, great job, guys. Mm-hmm. He's in there like, y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all. Now, he's not going to say the refs gave you one, but he's going to say, look, that right there gets you beat. Yeah, you play Louisville like that in a couple weeks, they're going to smoke you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that'll get you beat. So, like, yeah, Leonard Hamilton's not, I thought Mike Brady good. I thought that was good. And he got, you said it this morning, and you're right. He got such a big fine so quick because he's 100% right. If he was wrong, you fine him $10,000 and you go, dude, look at the video. You're just wrong on this. He was right.
Yeah,
about everything he called out.
I mean, he just said it yesterday, and they had him 20 racks.
Yeah. Yeah.
20 racks for that?
I know.
He got to fight that.
Yeah.
Like, I just can't give y'all $20,000 just because y'all, you got to find these referees,
right,
or something. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, like
I mean, it was respectful, and he sounded more proud of his team than anything. And I'm not really. I was talking with the guys in the back, and we got guys that dabble in refereeing and stuff, or in different things. I'm really not I'm kind of the anti-Blankenbaker on that, because not that I disagree with a lot of things he says, but for the most part, I think refs. Oh, I was about to make a terrible analogy, but I guess I can make it. Even law enforcement. I think for the most part, people are good.
Right.
I think they're bad apples in there.
Right.
I think for the most part, of course, you can argue that. I understand that with different parts of the country. I would agree. But so I'm not going there. Right. But
abort.
Yeah. Like I'm like, okay, you go in the deep south. Look, I feel you. Okay, if you come at me and you're like, hey, no, they're not. I'm like, all right, I feel you.
Go to Cali.
Yeah, there's different. Some people look different. Some people have a different look about them. Right. That changes things. I'm totally with you. But the referees, I agree. I agree with what he said. I'm anti there Blankenbaker, because I actually think majority of referees do good. They miss calls. They're going to miss calls.
Yeah.
It's human nature. I was talking with an official, somebody who officiates, and they said, do you know in basketball and football, they actually get calls from New York or wherever that at halftime they go and they look and they say, hey, you need to look back at play 64 or whatever. You can't change it, but you need to be in better position. That wasn't a good call. They do that. So I think refs try to get it right. But
Texas still coming in. Everybody knows that Sam kicked out.
No, that's just people that are trying to make you happy. They just like you. They like you, and you're a legend, and they're like, hey, Marcus is right. Yeah, okay, cool. Hey, Marcus.
They never agree with me.
Marcus will give you a high five when you see you out somewhere, and you can be like, oh, man, y'all right. Look, I'm going to be like, oh, y'all hate the team.
Speaking of
everybody who thinks it was foul and same, y'all hate the team.
I should have left the show to go talk to Wesley Cox.
I'm kidding, buddy. Yeah, I left it to talk with Doug. And I love Doug.
Steve left the show to talk to Doug Beaumont.
I love Doug, but
and I got Wesley Cox right here, and I'm like,
hey,
Mr. Hey, Wesley, I have to do the show.
Look, Doug, I know you're listening, and but Wesley Cox did more than Doug.
Jeez, we got our priorities so screwed up.
I know, yeah. So,
okay. So now, this is what I want. It was a point, about 6 minutes left. They had cut it to 13, right?
Yeah.
Sam Williams does not shoot the shot, pulls it back out. We set it up. We get a good possession.
Yeah.
That was one of those moments I said, okay, it's a totally different dynamic. I'm not going to worry about choking away leads ever again.
Yeah.
Like just watching David be able to go out top, half court, pick and roll, and know we're probably going to get a good shot out of this possession.
Yeah.
There was the one play where I say, David, you weren't going to dunk that ball over that guy.
Yeah.
But I'll teach you how to set him up to dunk on him
But do you know who used to do that?
Me?
No. Well, yeah, sure. But do you know who probably had 12 of those the whole time he was at Louisville? Where it's like you went up and it's like, dude, there's no chance you were going to dunk that over that guy.
I'm listening.
Donovan would do that. He would go up on a guy, and it's like, Donovan, there's nobody on planet Earth could dunk on that guy. But Donovan would go up from the free throw line and cock it back, and it was like, but no. Here, my point is, that's a mindset.
Yeah, I know.
That's why I'm okay with that play.
No, listen.
Yeah.
That's why I told you. I followed that statement with, but I can show you how.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing: that full speed play, you didn't sell the alley-oop with your eyeballs enough.
Yeah.
You didn't sell it with your hands enough to get that guy backing up.
Yeah.
You know. So next time you get in that position, you start selling that thing like almost like you're gonna no look, alley-oop.
Yeah.
But start selling the pass, and you need that one extra step for that defender to back up.
Yeah.
And then you go get him. You know what I'm saying? But down the stretch, I did like his stability with the basketball.
Right.
What who else impressed you?
Well, that's what I was gonna ask, man. I was gonna say with you watching the game. Let's talk Jordan for a second, because it was another game, and that's where I was gonna say earlier. I was like, I think you left the game happy. So
Texter, that is Al J's. That is the Galt House. That is the roll call list of Al J's. It had a nice guest list.
Oh, okay.
Saying we had some nice.
Oh,
visitors,
yeah. But Jordan, how'd you leave feeling about him? Because Jordan is in an interesting spot right now. You're the ACC Player of the Year, a preseason. You're the leading scorer, all that different stuff. Well, the last 3 games, I don't. This is the only way I know how to put it. But I don't. Obviously, this is not what Jordan is. But you have the stats of a really nice role player. Now, here's the thing. Better role than a role player, but
I want to open that. Open the phone lines up on this one too. 81-815-0939 or 8150-939. 3831-939. How are you feeling about Jordan right now? How are you feeling about Jordan Warrior's play and his role on the team?
Yeah.
And you lobbed that up for me to kind of start it off. I will say this. Okay, I'm just gonna fire him off as that was a tough foul. I was glad Malik didn't get hurt on that foul.
And Texter, we did. I know at 11 o'clock we catch a lot of new guys. We did talk about Darius early, but we'll get back to Darius again.
First point of Jordan Warrior. The thing that stands out the earliest is his not taking a bunch of bad shots.
Mm-hmm.
And that's me adding the psychology of quote unquote preseason player of the year. Those things. If he was out there shooting a bunch of challenge shots, I would be angry, but I would understand why he's doing it.
Yeah.
And I would just be I would just say it's gonna be a Coach Sam thing.
Mm-hmm.
The only way you'll be able to get that under control is by Sam and the coach having an open line of communication.
Yeah.
Okay, there's that. Which is big, which is huge. Like, I'm not making that like it's just, you're not supposed to shoot bad shots. It's like, I'd like to see anybody try to come into a year, trying to be a top 15 pick.
Yeah.
And not be shooting the ball when there's 6 minutes to go in the game and you got 6 points.
Yeah. By the way, thank you, Angela. Angela on Twitter said that she noticed her text because she agreed with me. So, on another one.
Angela?
You're just telling people text in. That's what it is. Let me see your phone. Let me go through your messages and your pictures.
So, here's the thing. Jordan wore under huge amounts of pressure. Yeah. David Johnson having the ball in his hands a lot. Now, you see the team is kind of scoring different. It's just everything is changing, around him. And he has to revisit Jordan has to revisit his ways to score as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because here's the thing. David's making it a lot easier for Steve and Malik to get the ball. He's making it easier for Fresh because of floor spacing, and things like that. But but with Jordan's used to having the ball and being able to just kind of jab and get a shot up, and mix that with the increased attention of Jordan of scouting. They're getting sharper on the way they scout Jordan, and I'm sure here's the thing too. Something that kind of concerns me is that Jordan does not handle the ball well as far as dribbling, outside of, making his move. So I don't want him to start trying to find ways to score through dribbling.
Right.
Right. Backdoor, backdoor cutting, offensive rebounding. I mean, it's there. Like I said, it's there. He's gonna have to get more efficient, but
Well, and
it's a process.
I'm not unhappy with Jordan.
Right,
I don't
right.
think anybody's Actually, it's the opposite. I think what Jordan's done over the last 3 games, defensively, rebounding, and not forcing a bunch of shots, I mean, is showing. If you had any question about
selfishness.
Jordan has a different demeanor about him. He's kind of got that Earl Clark a little bit, where it's like you look at him and it's like, hey, do you even care about any of this? Like, you know, I mean, and I mean that, of course he does. But what his play over the last few games, it showed you he does. Showed you he's a great teammate.
Yeah.
Because he's not forcing a bunch of bad shots. He knows, look, and here's what will happen. Here's.
It said the phone lines aren't open.
What? Oh, Brian again. There we go. Here's the thing. If Jordan will start scoring again.
Right.
Doing
in heavy
what he's
doses.
doing. Yeah. So I think Jordan right now, man, and that's why I was interested to hear what you had to say, because I know some people. I think Jordan has been put in this box of his points, and that's it. Did Jordan play good or bad? Well, I don't know. Look at his total points and his box score, and I mean what he's been doing. I think it's been good.
Right. Like I said,
I will say he did get isolated a lot the other day. But I think that's just an issue with him.
See, I think a little bit of what Coach Mack said, the product of him not scoring a little bit, and then you kind of like you lose a bit of that desperation urgency on the defensive end.
Yeah.
And I think other teams pick up on that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you do not want to be the guy getting isolated in key situations. Like,
yeah,
that's the one thing. And it's such a fine line between giving up two buckets. When each, cause to us it doesn't mean anything.
Right.
Like a coach cuts a 25-point game to a 13-point game, right?
Yep.
To a lot of people, you're just looking at the game and it's like, no, their coach says, okay, we really need a bucket right here. Like, we really need a bucket. And then they isolate Jordan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then he gets that bucket. Then it's like, oh, man. So other coaches, they knew that play was big.
Yeah.
And they say, okay, what did Clemson do on the play where they really needed a bucket? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Even though they got blown out. That was a big play. They isolated Jordan. You know what I'm saying? So now Jordan's going to have to get a kill, which is 3 stops in 3 pressure situations for him. It's like the fumble.
Yeah.
Guys aren't naturally fumblers, but once you fumble, 2 or 3 times, or if you fumble at a key time, even if you're not fumbled, but you fumble one time late, right?
Yeah.
And then everybody starts just attacking the football.
Yeah.
Now you're fumbling and you don't even realize why. It's because everybody's like savages because they heard the rumor is you fumble.
Yeah.
So they're not even tackling you normal. They're just going for the best ball. I think that is what is kind of happening with Jordan.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Cody, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, the whole Jordan thing, it's a little weird because I know that he's doing other things besides, trying to get his scoring going. I'm seeing him play good defense. I think the only thing I like to see him do more of is, cut to the basket, try to catch some easy lobs, get in a catch and shoot situation, because I've seen him the last couple games try to play isolation basketball, and he'll turn the ball over. I don't know. I think he's just in a little bit of a slump, but I think that what's encouraging is that he's letting the guys around him kind of pick up after him, and he'll feed the hot hand. And, I think that Sam's emergence is a lot more important than Aiden's. Obviously, I'm really happy that he's finding his confidence, because now we've got a legitimate backup for Jordan that we could put in there and know that he could pick up some of the scoring load. But, it's just a weird few games for him. I think that he'll pull out of it. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place. The whole Kobe news and all that. I worked late last night. Just quick shout to Kobe, man. Yeah. Like he was one of the few people that I was like 10 when it was like during the last 2 championships that he won, and just seeing him, that was my first exposure to the NBA, was watching his highlights after he won the 2009 championship. And just shout out to him, man. It was a dark day yesterday, and I'm praying for his family. So appreciate you guys taking my call.
No, I absolutely appreciate the call. Lily, did I rattle you today? Did I shake you up?
Did you shake me up?
Yeah, did I shake you up? Because
No.
here's the thing. I'm looking at the screen. Look, the phone lines haven't been on, Steve. I'm looking at the screen. She got Lawrence on the line 2, right?
Yeah.
And I see the blinking going on line 3.
I just changed it to line 3.
I saw you. Look, that's why I'm asking you. Listen, I was just making sure you're not shook up back there.
She likes to. She wants to keep them in. She's OCD apparently. You know, it's like no, we can't have one just blinking in the middle. Bring it down.
I saw her look, and then I saw the Lawrence disappear and then end up on the third
I know.
line.
I saw you giggle at me whenever I changed it. I was like, oops.
I know.
Lawrence, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
What's up, Marcus? What's up, Steve?
What's up, man?
Good.
I want to let everybody know that it is my birthday today.
Hey! Happy birthday,
Happy
Lawrence.
birthday,
Yeah,
Lawrence.
Good call. How you celebrating?
Happy birthday, Lawrence.
After yesterday, I'm kind of hard to be happy about my birthday today because I'm still trying to get over this Kobe Bryant news. But I just wanted to add, now that everybody kind of stepping up on their roles on this Louisville basketball team, what type of player does Jordan have to be on the offensive end now?
Still big time. I appreciate the call.
I think that's what he's kind of figuring out a little bit. Of course, the answer is still he's an elite scorer, one of the best in the country. That's what he needs to be. But how does he go about it?
Are we calling him a shooter or a scorer?
I think scorer, man. I mean, because he hits that shot, but he gets to the bucket. He can do a lot of things. But how does he do that? That's what I think he's figuring out right now. I mean, and that's okay because you've had a major shift in the lineup. Somebody tweeted out the other day, and it was really 100% spot on. There's 2 different offenses when David's on the floor and when David's not on the floor. Now, that can be a ha-ha. They're not good when he's not on the floor and they're good when he is. Or it can be a, hey, this team plays a lot different when David's on the floor because it's a totally different game, how he plays.
Yep.
Jordan, being an off-the-ball scorer, is adjusting to that a little bit, I think. So, and that's okay. David, I know John Rothstein tweeted out earlier, I mean, just to kind of how much production David's had. David in the last 4 games. So
when did John Rothstein tweet this out?
4 hours ago.
Okay.
Think about this. In the last 4 games, David Johnson has come in. He's averaged 12 points a game, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals.
In the last 4 games?
That's a lot of production across the court or across the board that changes with a guy like Jordan. So, like, when you start thinking of it, it's like, man, that makes sense as to why maybe Jordan's just figuring some things out with playing with other guys.
Yep. Where the ball's going to be, what's the best position to get into it. But, again, David is good at finding you while you're moving.
Yeah.
Jordan, we've all said you got to move more.
Yeah.
You got to move more, and the ball will find you.
But here's the thing. He's an elite player. He'll get that. That's why we're sitting here on January 27th. We're sitting here going, man, this team could be really good. They've got another level with Sam stepping up. When Jordan figures this out, this team's got a whole nother level to get to.
And Texter, yes, I do believe he will definitely have a double-double for the end of the season. Quick commercial break. Middays with Marcus Maben, 8150. 93.9 is the number on 93.9 The Ville.
Hey, Kentuckiana, Luke Hancock here. I wanted to take a minute to tell you about my good friends at Fitness Market. When my fiance and I were looking for a high-quality piece of fitness equipment for our home, we knew there was only one place in Louisville that we needed to go. Fitness Market. The friendly staff at Fit showed us their amazing selection of equipment options, carefully explained all the different machines, and most importantly, treated us like family. We purchased the most amazing Kaiser indoor cycle, and we couldn't be happier. What was truly incredible was how many different treadmills, ellipticals, home gyms, rowers, and spin bikes they had. From the best brands in the industry like Precor, Matrix, Hoist, Spirit, and our favorite Kaiser. These guys are Louisville's e-bike headquarters. Fitness Market not only has new equipment, but they also have a huge selection of pre-owned equipment as well. That means they have something in everyone's price range. 2 locations, Westport Road just inside the Snyder, and their superstore on Plantside Drive at the corner of Watterson Trail, and online at thefitnessmarket.com.
Cards fans, it's an exciting time to support your teams. With all that excitement, celebrate with beer made right here in Louisville. Great Flood Brewing has long supported U of L, and we can't wait to see what the future holds. Visit the Great Flood Tap Room on Bardstown Road to see all that we have to offer. As always, visit us at greatfloodbrewing.com and follow our story at Great Flood Beer on social media. Thanks to 93.9 for being the best dang station in the city, but you knew that already. Go Cards.
I said Great Flood like 5 times. Think I got it? Hey, this is Steve Rummage, and I have one question for you. What good is having that beautiful home with that beautiful view if you can't see through the grit and grime of your windows? Or every time you try to open them, it feels like an extensive workout. Let's face it, you and your home deserve better. That's why I'm here to tell you about Windows Plus. They have the best free lifetime transferable warranty, best installation in town, quality products, doors, windows, siding, and gutters. They've also been voted most efficient in 2019 and have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating, including all 5-star reviews, which means they're exactly what you've been looking for. So go visit them at 11501 Plantside Drive in Louisville, Kentucky, or call 502-494-0120. Again, that's Windows Plus, so make the call.
Great job, Steve.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, this is Scott Davenport. I'm the head basketball coach at Bellarmine University, and I want to invite you to join me every Monday night from 7 to 8 p.m. on 93.9 The Ville, talking sports. All sports, all levels. Football, basketball, baseball, thoroughbred racing, golf, you name it, everything's on the table. This show is about you and your opinion. I may not agree with it, but I will respect it.
Monday evenings from 7 to 8 on 93.9 The Ville.
ESPN Louisville is your home for Westwood One's presentation of Super Bowl 54.
The San Francisco 49ers are going to the Super Bowl for the 7th time.
Coverage begins Sunday, February 2nd at 2 o'clock on all ESPN Louisville stations. We'll have all your coverage with the Chiefs and 49ers up until kickoff at 6:30. Westwood One's play-by-play of Super Bowl 54 on ESPN Louisville is presented by Caesars Southern Indiana, Joella's Hot Chicken, UPS Jobs, fueled by Kroger, and delivered by Papa John.
Mark Ennis here for Court Physical Therapy. There's something very exciting and innovative going on at Court. Court is now offering telemedicine. If you're experiencing pain and want to know if physical therapy or occupational therapy is right for you, you can now go to court.com to request a live video chat with a physical therapist to discuss your pain. And it's a complimentary service that's easy. Go to KORT.com to request a complimentary video chat or call 1-800-645-COURT to request a live video chat. Learn more about telemedicine at court.com. That's KORT.com.
Are you ready to sell your home? Well, there couldn't be a better time. Houses are going for top dollar and selling quickly. You need to call Jill Blessinger with Keller Williams. She has a team of professionals that will help you sell your home quickly and get the most for it. She is a professional home stager and photographer. And when you are ready to buy, she works with Becky Bleemel of Caliber Home Loans. She makes the loan process very simple. And if you mention you heard this on Middays with Marcus Maben or ESPN, your appraisal is absolutely free. So give Jill a call today at 502-773-0546. That's 502-773-0546. And let her help you today.
At Which Wich, they believe that a great sandwich has the power to make any day better. Which Wich has launched their new favorites menu, including clubs with top-quality grilled and breaded chicken, plus new shakes, including birthday cake, the famous Courtney's Cookie, and yellow M&M shakes. 2 area locations, 221 South Hurstburn Parkway and Old Brownsboro Crossing. Mention ESPN, you'll get a large build-your-own Which for just $6.80. Order online or download the new app. Which Wich, superior sandwiches.
This is Marcus Maben, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville from the OPC Services Studio.
Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville is broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services Studio. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's Middays with Marcus Maben, 8150. 93.9 is the number, 939 is the station. Congratulations. The women just keep rolling along. Huge win over Pitt last night. Man, they are. Golly. No, literally. All they. Oh, no. Oh, Brian. No. Brian, you got to warn me now. We just can't do that anymore.
So that way we can have comeback music and play music and have all this awesome stuff. Because, like, we have some awesome music selections.
Yeah, I just got to mute. Steve, 2 days ago you said, maybe you're just going to have to learn to mute it.
I know.
Hey, Marcus, how about you when the music plays, you mute it?
I know. That's what I'm like.
But here you are today. Pay for it.
When we come back
from
breaks.
You can't afford to play music on your YouTube channel.
I know. So I need to.
Lily, they're holding you responsible for the YouTube not being back.
That's just
They
went full her.
We're gonna give you so many responsibilities so fast it's gonna make your head spin.
Oh, I know.
I'll accept that challenge.
I know, yeah.
You ain't got no choice. You here now?
No, yeah. This is it.
That wasn't voluntary. So here's the thing. Congratulations, women. Lamar Jackson. I did want to give him the end of the year because we're probably not going to be talking about him anytime soon.
Right.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Well, you probably will. Saturday should hopefully win the MVP. I think that'll be a little bit of a conversation.
Is that Saturday?
Yeah.
What about then? Can I play all I do is win then?
Well, we'll see.
You just give me the heads up.
We'll see if we can play. Yeah. We've got to play. We've got to play all generic, which we have some great beats, but
generic. Brian, can you make the West Side with your fingers? I actually have to twist mine.
Look at y'all. Y'all are in gangs, both of y'all.
They did that way too easy. Our producers did that way too easy.
Yeah, y'all.
Yeah, Lily. Something you need to tell us about
the police.
Look, Phil, go get that.
Yeah. Do we do background checks when we bring people
I couldn't
in?
think of it.
I know.
Yeah, all of a sudden she's throwing a West Side.
I know. Like, oh my gosh.
I promise my background is clean. I promise.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll see.
Phil?
Because we're going to look.
We are going to okay, so Lamar Jackson, though, Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
Deal, no deal.
Yeah, I mean, well,
the youngest to start at quarterback in the history of the Pro Bowl. Offensive MVP.
Yeah.
Pro Bowl.
Yeah, look, man, it was, of course, you look back, and it was, the Pro Bowl yesterday was such an afterthought. It was like, but he did his thing. He went out there, I think in one half, he had 108.
How much did you watch?
I was going to watch while he played, but of course, like I said, everything happened, and you were kind of you kind of stopped paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they were cutting back and forth so it was like it just became an afterthought. But I was going to watch the whole first half, though. I was going to watch while he played and stuff, and I still did. We still checked it out to kind of see what was happening.
I had no idea it was on until it was like 10 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
fair.
Like I said, early morning news. Or not more early morning, but once that news hit, plus I had to get off social media.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
I literally it was too much. Like, come on, don't give me different ways to be sad about this and stuff like that. But
fair enough.
Okay, Boston. We're not going to do this actually today, but Boston College. What changes between now and Boston College in your opinion?
Not a lot.
Because we are, and people sit tight. In about 5 minutes, we're going to play the Coach Mac post game. But I just want to kind of say, what do you want to take from this game, and what do you want to, what do you want to? Did Perry just pull a Brian? Y'all got to stop running up and down these hallways, man.
What did Perrin do?
He just ran on a full.
Oh, there he is. He's back.
What are you doing?
He's back. He was.
Why
gone,
are you running?
He's back. Yeah.
What are you running? Where are we going?
There are people at the door.
Okay.
So
you ran to the door to answer the door.
Hold on, I can't hear you say it. What'd you say?
You ran to answer the door up front.
Yeah. They look like they were troubled, and they had on yellow greenish shirts, so they looked like they were trying to fix something. I was thinking maybe something was on fire.
I need him to hear me. Can you hear me clear, Perrin? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Here's the problem, Perrin. You and I share a trait.
Yes, what's that?
You're black.
Well, I know that. Oh,
that's what he was saying.
That's
what trying to say.
That's what I was saying.
So because we are the only African Americans in the building, I'm gonna be politically correct.
No. What I'm telling you, Perrin, is as an African American,
when you see one running,
when I see somebody running, we run, Perrin. So you are not allowed to run.
You can't just run out on your show.
Because if I see Perrin running, there's a problem.
Did I look athletic though?
Yes. Now
Okay.
Brian Hall runs, and Brian just looks like he's stretching, right? but if you're running, I'm like, hey man, what's going on?
Because you ain't never seen me run, right?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for scaring you.
All right, appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I can't believe you didn't see him. You didn't see him.
No, I was looking down. I heard
But you
some.
saying to yourself, it's going down.
It got to be going down the way he just ran by.
So who's the most likely to go if that happens in this case in here? Probably Locke.
I don't even want to think about that.
Wait, what are we doing?
Hey, we got to always be prepared.
Hey, we're like somebody, and then I'm like, well, I hope there's no trouble.
No, there's obviously trouble going on.
I really hope there's no trouble out there.
Okay. So what do you take away from the last game that you want?
Just continue. You just yeah. Because I don't think there was anything I can really take from the Clemson game that was all that negative on the court in play. So it's like, okay, that was really good. Let's build on that. Sam, build on what you did. You know what I'm saying? Jordan, continue to build.
Yeah.
Continue
I'd like to see Jordan get some easy buckets.
Yeah, there's not a lot of.
I like to see Jordan get fouled more.
Yeah. That would be good. I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, there's things like that, but you got this week. You've got a little. You'll probably stay at 6 today, I would imagine.
We didn't talk about that, and we didn't do grades. We'll be able to do that anytime.
Yeah. So, you'll probably stay at 6.
I tell you what. Before we play the Mac, give me your highest grade and your lowest grade.
Well, I think Darius is going to get your highest grade just because he added offense to a great defensive game. So I mean, yeah, Darius would definitely be my highest grade. My lowest grade, I mean, in a game like that he's probably Ryan just because of he didn't really do anything very much. You know, it wasn't bad. Wasn't bad. I mean, in a game like that, nobody's playing below a B. You know,
right? Fresh.
Yeah. Actually, I changed it. Yeah, probably Fresh. That's a good point. Yeah, he'd probably be my lowest grade. He would have been a B- or a C.
Right. And I didn't think he played bad.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, he just wasn't real productive at all. So we'll see.
We're going to play a little Coach Mac post game. Check his general mood. Tell me, tweet me what you think. Yeah.
Well, I thought our team, we were really talking about